Hello everybody, it's your boy N here. I'm coming at you guys with another YouTube video. So in today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to absolutely fly through your mastery rank. So without further ado, let's just get right into the video. One tip that I have before I begin is make sure you have enough Warframe slots, or at least a few Warframe slots, a few weapon slots, and even a few companion slots. So to grab them, you head on into your inventory, into your equipment, and then from here you can select Warframe. As you can see, I've got 9 slots free, but of course I've got a lot of the Warframes, so that is just me. Again, with the weapons, I've got a lot of them too, and the companions, but realistically you only need about 2 Warframe slots, maybe 3, a few weapon slots, maybe about 10 of them, and even 2 or 3 companion slots can get you by. But let's just ignore that for now, because that isn't the main priority. Getting you through your mastery rank is. So guys, absolutely everything you do in this game does count towards mastery as long as you have that lovely green icon in the corner which states that your item is max rank. Now within this game there are items that you do need to put formers into in order to reach max rank, such as the Necromex, the Kuva weapons, the Tenet weapons. So the Kuva Ogres over here, the Tonko, any weapon with the word Kuva before it does need 5 formers in order to reach max rank. But we're not going to concentrate on them because this method is going to be easy as possible and just more orientated towards anyone within the game. But that is later game content and I will get into that later. So guys, the first tip I'm going to give you is get as many Warframes as you can. The easy way to get a bunch of Warframes is by completing the entire star chart again. And each planet has its own boss. For Earth, you've got Vahek on Oro, which gives you, I believe, Hydroid parts. On Venus, you've got the Forcefight, which gives you Rhino parts. And you get my gist. So if you head on over to like Sedna, for example, you've got the Kayla Dane fight. Where's that? Can't find it. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure it's on here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Kayla Detain fight, which also gives you Siren parts. So you're going to want to do them missions until you get the system, the chases, and the neuroptic. Depending on your luck, you may be doing the missions 4 or 5 times, or you might be doing it 100 times as I have done in the past. So once you're there, you're just going to head over to your market, list your Warframe, for example Siren, and you will just be able to grab her blueprint, and then you can craft the frame, and then you can craft everything from there. So guys, crafting the Warframes just within the game from the bosses is the first tip to grab a bunch of frames, which will help increase your mastery rank quite fast. My second tip is going to be head on over to the dojo, which is a very nice place in order to send your mastery rank absolutely flying. You are able to get access to a dojo basically as soon as you've done the tutorial for the game and you're free to roam the game, so you can do this starting quite early, which is a good idea. So if you head on over to your labs, any one of these labs, you're going to see a bunch of different weapons, and as long as your clan has researched them, which most clans have, all you have to do is head on over, replicate blueprint, and add that to your inventory, and now you are able to build this weapon, as long as you've got the crafting requirements. So for the energy weapons, they are based around the field run resource, so in order to grab field run, you can grab a bunch of the blueprints from over here, and then you can use them to build the rest of the weapons. Each one of these labs are oriented around a specific resource. So for example, the energy lab is field run, the chemical lab I believe is detonite injectors, the bio lab is mutagen mass, and then the tenor lab is something different, and I'm going to head into that just for one specific reason. So as you can see, we've got a bunch of weapons over here, but we also have a few warframes. So if you want to grab some frames early on in the game, you are able to do so. You can get yourself Banshee, you can get yourself Nezha, you can get yourself Vault, you can get yourself Wukong, and you can also get yourself Zephyr. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames that you can get basically right off the bat, given you've got the resources. To get resources, I do advise grabbing a booster and playing the game. As you can see, I've got a resource boost for 174 days active, but you are able to play without a booster. It does make a difference if you ask me, and I would say it is worth the 30 or so plat that it would take to get a booster for a few days. If you know you're going to put your time into the game, you might as well grab a booster, just because it makes the process a lot faster, and you can't go wrong with having extra resources. So guys, the Warframes are the first tip, the dojo is the second tip. So what is my third tip? My third tip is going to be something as simple as the companions. So if you head on over to Earth, you are able to get the incubator power core as a drop, and once you've got one of these, the blueprint is reusable. So you build these and you are able to build grow a kubro or a kavat. So what that basically is a cat or a dog, and these pets or sentinels are able to give you a bunch of mastery. As you can see there, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different dogs, and I have 1, 2, 3 different cats. So if you do look over onto your profile, you are able to see what you have and haven't mastery ranked up all the way to the top. And if you head on over to the companions tab, you can see the different breeds that there are. So for kubros, there are Rasku kubros, Sahasa kubros, Huras kubros, and Sonika kubros. So I have all of them. But these kubros and kavats are a very good way to grab a bunch of mastery quite early on in the game. From doing missions on Earth, you are able to get kubro eggs once you have completed the quest. So if you grab them and you head on over to your station over here, incubator, and you use the kubro breeding tools, you can literally begin a incubation. You can buy imprints if you want to get a specific breed, but just beginning a random incubation and hope for the best also works too. So pets are the third, and actually not the third, sorry, they are the best way to get a bunch of affinity very, very fast. As you can see over here, when you go into your weapons tab, you are going to see a bunch of different weapons. And like I've said before guys, these weapons are all showing up in the dojo, so you are able to get them without having to spend a single penny on platinum or anything like that, and it is a very, very fast way to shoot your mastery rank right up. Leveling can be a bit of a painstake, so there's a few missions that I recommend. The first one is going to be Hydron on Sedna, which is a defense mission, level 30 to 40. Even if you are a beginner in the game, you can simply head on over to the recruiting chat and you can ask someone to taxi you over to Hydron on Sedna, and you are going to get someone that will eventually respond to you, and you can get a bunch of levels straight through that. Another thing is, if you're a bit later in the game, I do recommend the Sanctuary Onslaught, because that is a very good way to just get a bunch of levels, and you can find people in there who are nuking warframes, which just makes the process faster for you. So I've gone over the warframes and I've gone over the weapons and the companions. So what's next? The next thing is going to be the relics, the good old relics that you can get prime part in. So as I've mentioned before, a lot of the weapons in this game do have a prime counterpart, and getting them throughout the relics is going to be the next best thing. Same with the warframes, you are able to do that as well. So you could take the easy way, spend a bunch of plat and just say that you want to buy Nezha Prime, Hildrum Prime, Gara Prime, Harrow Prime, Nidus Prime, whichever Warframe Prime or whichever weapon Prime. But because I'm trying to do this without telling people to spend plat, which is just the better thing to do, I'd say run relic missions in public, because other people may have the thing you want inside the relic and other people might open what you need in a relic. And just run missions in public until you create prime sets. Once you create them prime sets, build them, and they also apply to mastery. As you can see over here, there are a bunch of different weapons in total. There's 91 warframes, so about 50 normal warframes and 40 prime warframes. Again, with the weapons, there are a bunch of different weapons that you can get. There are also quite a fair few weapons that you are able to get through the syndicate system. So on Cetus, you are able to get Zors, which are quite effective, and if built right can be absolutely deadly weapons. Same with Fortuna, and you are also able to get Moas from there. From the Necrolith, you are able to get infested pets, and from the Chrysalith you are able to get augments, and that is just another late game thing. But the weapons and the warframes are the best way to mastery rank up very fast, but the absolute fastest way is the Sentinels, the Zors, and even the amps that you can create in Cetus are also quite an effective way to level up your account. Mastery rank isn't everything in this game, and there are quite a few roadblocks in the way. So if you do want to, for example, get into the Riven market, you are going to want to be mastery rank 18 in order to have access to absolutely every Riven. Majority of the Rivens are unlocked at mastery rank 16. So for example, you can see this xAlisa Riven has the mastery rank 13 requirement in order to use it. This Acarius Riven has a mastery rank 14 requirement, and then you'll see some that have a mastery rank 8 requirement, and you know, they range from different levels. Recently a few weapons have a mastery rank 18 requirement. I can't remember which ones. For example, the Stropher has a 15 requirement, this Soma has a 16 requirement. So I believe master rank 16 is the point in the game where you've basically got access to majority of the game, like 95% of the things, I would say. But then you do have a few odd rivens for some specific weapons that do need you to be master rank 18 in order to use. But guys, if you follow this guide and, you know, go through all the dojo weapons, all the dojo warframes, and head through all the planets to grab every single frame, it does end up working faster than you'd think, and it is a lot of grinding, I will be honest with you, but the Warframe is basically a grindy game, so you know, you gotta put the time in to get your time back out. So guys, that has basically been this video, and you know, if you put your time in, you will get your results. There are mastery rank tests, and I am going to be doing a video on each one of them and the setup I recommend later on in the future. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day, and if you have any questions or need any advice, feel free to drop a comment and I will reply to you. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.